Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! Seconds from game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead! Behind the screen, Harper got a piece of it, it comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship. Tying run at second, 2 out, Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it, and to the middle of the 15, to the 20, breaks free of the 25, to the 30, to the outside, 40, midfield, 40, 30 to the coast, 20, 15, Hester 5.
Glove it to Rizzo. It's in time, and the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Come on, go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button, and now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. Simple. Wait, there's more. Go to YouTube, go to our YouTube page. And if you're watching us on our YouTube page, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube page, for real, come on, guys, go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button, but also click the notification button. That's the little bell next to it. That'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, you can also tweet the show. Tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online. Want to know what I did? Let me tell you what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy. One handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. All one handle at the Shawn Sierra. Listen, we got a great show, but I need you to get interactive. So whatever platform you're watching us on, whether it's Facebook or it's our YouTube channel, leave a question or comment on that platform. It'll come up here in the thread. We'll put it up on the screen. We'll incorporate it into the show. And that, my peoples, what makes this the best morning Chicago sports talk show around, and that's you. So bring them all, baby. Questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, because ain't nobody scared over here. Like The Rock said, baby, don't sing it. Just bring it. Let's check out the chat a little bit right here. My man Cornelius Squalls, what up? Shawn Sierra sports fans, just when I'm out, the Cubs pull me back in. Go, Cubs, go. Oh, boy. This is South. What's up on a Mickey Vicky TGIF? Bear down, baby. FGB. I couldn't agree more, Michonne. FGB. No burpees today. Today's workout was really light. It's really light. Like I said, I think the guy who puts together our programming, he did that on purpose because the Chicago Marathon is on Sunday, and so a lot of CrossFitters. I know 2 people in class today were doing are running the Chicago Marathon, and maybe like 8 to 10 people from CrossFit Warehouse are actually doing running the Chicago Marathon on Sunday. So I think he wanted to make sure that he kept it light for people who are, because CrossFitters will do whatever the workout is for that day, we'll do it. Even if we scale it back, it still could be a hindrance or detrimental to people who are running the workout. So there was not a lot of no legs involved, no squats, no jumps. Actually, I take that back. We did have overhead lunges, but this was with a dumbbell, and most likely everybody in my class went pretty light. So yeah, it was interesting. No burpees, thank God. Woo, Charlie, I was happy. No burpees. So it was a good workout. Not as much of a sweat as I wanted, or as I'm used to, but I understood. Believe me, I understood. I understood. That's cool. That's cool. All right. But yeah, listen, I don't know a lot about a lot, but I do know this. More of the usual suspects will chime in as the show goes on. That, my peoples, I can promise you. If you're sitting in the chat, say hello. Just type a quick message, say what's up. Good morning. All right, if you're new, make sure you say hello. Let me know where you're from. But more of my usual peoples will be checking in a little bit. All right, it's Friday. We ain't got no job. I'm kidding. Oh, man. As I said, on cue, my man, Mr. Shorty. Top of the morning to you. FGB. Yes, sir, Bob. FGB is in the house. Cornelius says, Mr. Shorty says, Cornelius, go, Cubs, go. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Listen, we got a good show. I'm excited. We have a new guest today from Windy City Gridiron. His name is Dr. Donald, and I am not kidding when I say this, Gooch. The Gooch, Dr. Donald Gooch. He teaches at Stephen F. Austin. He's a professor. All right. He's gonna join us at 10 o'clock. We're talking Bears. There's a lot to talk. All right, a lot to talk regarding the Bears. So Donald Gooch, Dr. Donald Gooch. Man, you're gonna make me feel dumb. Dr. Donald Gooch. He's a professor of poli-sci at Stephen F. Austin, and he writes for Windy City Gridiron. So we're going to welcome him here on the show. You know, the way we know how, with all the love we have, and I look forward to you guys welcoming him with open arms. He's associate professor of poli-sci, Stephen F. Austin pre-law advisor. He's a Stephen F. Austin pre-law advisor. Stephen F. Austin State University. You know, that's one of the schools we could have played back in the day when I was in college at Holy Cross, because they're a 1AA school as well. Or now it's called FCS, not FBS, FCS. That's one of the teams that we could have played in my first 3 years, but for whatever reason, our stupid conference wouldn't allow us to partake in the 1AA playoffs. Stephen F. Austin was good back in the day. Youngstown State and Jim Tressel, the Youngstown State Penguins. That would have been a nice matchup. Georgia Southern, they had some good teams back in the day. Furman. These are all teams that were 1AA, that were perennially in the playoffs, that I would have loved to have played, because we had a bomb squad, man. My freshman year, I just contributed on special teams most of the time. Sophomore year, got a little bit more time, predominantly on special teams. But my junior year, I was at one of the key. I was a big contributor. In my senior year, we had a new coach, and that was just crazy. I didn't want to talk about that. But anyway, we couldn't go to the 1AA playoffs, and as I said, Stephen F. Austin was one of the schools that was in the 1AA playoffs consistently back then. So, but that's going to be Dr. Donald Gooch. He's coming on at 10 o'clock to talk Bears. We have a lot of other stuff to talk. We got Cubs. Woo, Charlie. Tell you, getting right at the hot time. Getting hot. Did I say getting right at the hot time? Getting hot at the right time. All right. Michael Bush is hot. Seiya Suzuki is hot. And dare I say it, is Kyle Tucker back? Ooh, I don't know. PCA had a big hit on Wednesday. A big 2-run single on Wednesday to put it up to 4, to extend the lead to 4-0. Are they getting right at the hot time? Are they getting hot at the right time? I just said it reverse again. And remember what I said. Remember what conversation we had a couple weeks ago. If the Cubs get hot at the right time, they are a dangerous, dangerous team. So we're going to talk Cubs, Brewers, Game 5, win or go home today. Okay, that's a lot. Then we had a lot on the docket last night. We had the Bulls at home in action and preseason action yesterday, hosting the Cavaliers. It was a home and home series. They played Cleveland a couple days prior in Cleveland. They came back home yesterday to play the Cavaliers. We're going to talk about that. And then old-time hockey. 2 of the original 6 franchises squared off yesterday in Beantown. The Blackhawks were in Boston. Wicked Pissa over there. They parked the car in Harvard Yard. Took on the Boston Bruins yesterday or last night. We're going to talk about that. So we have a lot of sports to talk. I have some sad news. We have a little bit of a downer, so we'll talk about that as well. Angel Reese just can't stay out of the news. It's not a bad thing. It's not this is not a bad thing. It's a cool thing for her. And I know some people have an issue with all the things that she does off the court. Some people have an issue with a lot of things she does on the court. But you know, the one thing that I've learned, and it took me a while, because you know I'm get off my lawn, Shawn, is that this is a different generation. It's a different type of athlete. The priorities, there you go. The priorities for a lot of athletes might be a little different now. For some athletes, I still think for some, the priority is winning a championship. I still think that. I don't think it's a priority for all. And I think there's a lot more. There's a growing number of athletes who are worried about getting that bag because they understand that being a professional athlete is finite. Okay, and they want to take advantage of the moment, however many years that is, 1, 2, 5, 7, 10, if you're fortunate enough, 15, 20. Okay. And they want to take advantage of that time to maximize their earning potential. What the hell did I just drop? To maximize their earning potential. And I get it. All right, you understand. All right. You got to understand. All right. It's not the contracts. Most players aren't going to make 6, 7 figures a year, at least 6. The most pro athletes make most. WNBA, not so much. But anyway, they may not be able to make 6 figures a year. So what they want to do is maximize the earning potential now. Stack it now. So if when your playing career is over, okay, if you're still able to command endorsements to get you into the 6 figures for not doing a lot of work, well, good for you. Okay? But if you can't, well, at least you will have stacked enough money to live comfortably, if not the rest of your life, a good portion of your life. Okay? So Angel is in this stage right now, Angel Reese, where she's doing everything she can. Okay? She was at the Met Gala last year. She was at the Met Gala this year. And she was playing 24 hours after she was at the Met Gala this year. All right, people were questioning her commitment to the game. Then she goes out and gets a double-double. So we have her to talk. We got Caleb Williams is also in the news for off the field transactions, situations. It's another good one for him. All right, is exactly what I talked about. Not wanting to see. The thing is, you want to stack as much money when you're in the spot. Stack it as much as you can, because those 7-figure paychecks, they'll be gone quick. No, nothing happened bad. Nothing happened bad. For nothing happened, Shorty. Nothing bad. Are you talking about Caleb or Angel or both? Well, put it this way: for either of them, nothing is bad. It's actually pretty cool, pretty good for both of them. So we're going to talk about that, about those things as well. Yeah, and I'm happy for him. I really am. I really am. Then of course we got Bears to talk at 10 o'clock. You're talking about Caleb. Yeah, no, nothing bad happened to Caleb. He's actually something pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, this is. This is. So today's show is going to be fun. Let me tell you. Today's show is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to talking to you guys, because believe it or not, I look forward to talking to you guys 3 days a week. I really do. It is it's therapy. All right, but I just love talking sports with you guys. I really do. All right, so yeah, here we go. So let's get right to it, baby. Let's get to it. Sorry, let's see. Here we go. Should we do this now? Yeah, because we got a lot of them. We got a lot of Soccer Morning topics. So here's what we do. Here's what we're going to do, guys. You know how we do. First segment of every show is called Top of the Morning.
He won't come just when you want it.
Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
Here we go. Which way do we go? Which way do we go? Which way do we go? There's only one place to start. Only one place, man. Bam. Cubs. The Cubs on the brink of elimination again. They shut out the Milwaukee Brewers 6-0 at the friendly confines to force a deciding Game 5. Let me tell you, this was something else, man. This was crazy. It was nuts. I don't even know what to tell you. Imagine if you were at Wrigley, man, you had a phenomenal game that you chose to go to. Matthew Boyd was on the bump. He got a no decision. He went 4 2/3, 2 hits, 3 walks, 6 punch outs. Ian Happ. You see, he's 1 for 5 with a homer, his second of the postseason, driving in 3 RBIs, his second, third, and fourth of the postseason. King Tuck, I told you, man, he had a base. He was 2 for 3, had a base hit and a home run, his first of the postseason, driving in his first RBI in the postseason. Michael Busch stayed hot as well. He was 1 for 4 with a homer, his 4th homer of the postseason, driving in his 4th RBI of the postseason. Michael Busch has been hot. Seiya's been hot. Kyle Tucker, 2 hits last night, been hot. Uh-oh, watch out now. Watch out now. Watch out now. Watch out now. My man, Armando Emeterio, Lara Jr. checking in. What's up, Papa? Thank you for tuning in, bro. Appreciate it. Love you, man. He's checking in. So, the next top of the morning topic. The series deciding game. The rubber match of the National League Division Series. Game 5 is Saturday, tomorrow in Milwaukee. All right, first pitch. I had 6 o'clock. Now it's saying 7:08. That's crazy. You better make up the damn minds. Make up your damn minds, people. Time's the game tomorrow. Because they haven't given us. So I've had a couple of different start times. I got 7:08. I had 6:30. So I don't even know. Truth be told, I don't know what time the game starts. Wow. Yeah, that sucks. I don't even know exactly the time the game starts because I've got a couple different things from the newspaper today. It says 7:08. 7:08 p.m. tomorrow. It looks like 7:08 because ESPN says 7:08 as well. All right. So two of the publications say the same thing. So first pitch is 7:08 p.m. on TBS and True TV, or you can listen to it on their flagship station, 670 a.m. It's going to be rocking up in Milwaukee. And what I heard, Milwaukee started doing the Trashville thing, not allowing people, Ticketmaster was not allowing people with Illinois zip codes to purchase tickets for that game, which I think is bullshit. I think it's complete bullshit. I thought it was bullshit when Nashville did it and the Predators years ago when the Hawks were going down there and beating their ass. I think it's pretty shitty here. And I understand you want Milwaukee fans, but hey, the fact of the matter is that Chicago fans should be able to purchase tickets. It's a free country. It's a free country. And to prohibit that is bullshit. You know I'm not a Cub fan, but I think it's called a spade. That's just wrong. You know, because here's what they can do. Like if you have your season tickets and you sell them to somebody and they follow the transaction and it's a Chicago fan, a Cubs fan, a lot of times teams may not sell you season tickets anymore, which I think is bullshit. So your season tickets, you can do what you want with them. You want to sell them and make money? Fine. Season tickets are not cheap. If you can recoup some of that, and some people want to, cool. Some people buy sports tickets, season tickets, just to make money. Just like you, professional teams make money by selling tickets and all the crazy concessions and parking, and you're trying to make money. So are the people who are buying and consuming your product. So don't be jagbags and do that type of shit. Don't be jagbags. So, yeah. I don't know who the probables are. We don't know. They'll let us know a little later. Next top of the morning topic. The Bulls, only the Bulls. Only the Bulls. Yes, baby, the Bulls are back in action against Cleveland. This time they're at home. And the Bulls beat the Cavaliers 119-112. Josh Giddey, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists in the affair. Javon Carter, 14 points to help out. Zach Collins. Yo, Zach Collins. First of all, Zach looks like he trimmed down and got a lot more nimble. He got a lot more nimble, a lot more fluid. 13 points, 8 rebounds. Looking good. James Ford checking in. What's up, Papa? Good morning, my man. Appreciate you tuning in. Zach Collins. Is he taking over for Gooch? I don't know. We'll see. What's the last top of the morning topic before we go to break? In this one, we stay with the Bulls. The Bulls host the Milwaukee Bucks at the United Center on Sunday. Tip-off is at 6 p.m. Central. You can catch that game on Chicago Sports Network or listen to it on their flagship station, 670 a.m. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. All right. On the other side of the break, we'll continue with top of the morning topics, but I have to get the warden off the CrossFit. So I need to do that. So keep it locked right here, folks. We got some more good conversations, good topics on the other side. Don't go anywhere. Keep it locked right here. Shawn Sierra Sports on Sports Zone Chicago. Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
It's a romance sport. What? It's a romance sport like that.
Your Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. Every day, no matter where we serve, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Every body in a work zone is someone's somebody.
This is my mom. She works for KDOT.
This is my dad.
This is my mom.
This is my daddy.
This is my sister.
This is my daddy.
This is my son, Scott. He was killed while working in a highway work zone. When you drive through a work zone, drive like a life depends on it. Because it does.
For 35 in their head-to-head battle. A swing and a drive. Deep right field. It's got a chance. Gone. 3-run homer. Ian Happ.
It's a pitch up and in his wheelhouse, and he hammers his ball. Line drive rocket to the bleachers in right, and you can't get
to the count on Yelich with men at second and third and one down. The pitch. Swing and miss. Strike three.
At times, and Shaw pokes this into center for a base hit. They're waving around Kelly. And the Cubs extend their lead. An RBI single for Shaw.
Kyle Tucker will lead things off. Fly ball, deep left center. This ball's got a chance. Gone. Kyle Tucker with a home run. Cubs lead 5-0. That is a huge swing of the bat for the Chicago Cubs, and an even bigger swing of the bat for Kyle Tucker.
Welcome back to Shawn Sierra Sports on Sports Zone Chicago. Those are the Northsiders yesterday at Wrigley, extending the season at least one more game, forcing a deciding Game 5 in the American League Division Series. This video is courtesy, those clips courtesy of TBS. Let's see, where were we at? Where were we at? Finished with the Bulls. Here's our next top of the morning topic. The Blackhawks, baby. Here come the Hawks, the mighty Blackhawks. The Blackhawks lose to the Boston wicked piss out of the Boston Bruins 4-3 in overtime. Arvid Soderblom, he stopped 29 of 33 shots. Connor Bedard lit the lamp for the first time. He had a goal and assist, his first of each in the preseason. Burakovsky, he had a goal and assist as well. First of the preseason for each of them for him. And Crevier scored the other goal for the Blackhawks. The Blackhawks, the next top of the morning topic, the Blackhawks host the Canadiens tomorrow at the United Center. Puck drop is at 6 p.m. Central. You can catch that game on Chicago Sports Network or listen to it on their flagship station, 720 a.m. I got to get to a Blackhawks game this year. Definitely going to get to a Blackhawks game this year because that's pretty dope. That's pretty freaking dope. Next top of the morning topic. This is interesting. As we talked about in the beginning, Angel Reese. Angel Reese will be walking down the runway. She'll walk down the runway on Wednesday, I believe, for the Victoria's Secrets fashion show. The first time a professional athlete will make their way down the aisle for Victoria's Secret. All right. Again, as I told you before, Victoria or Angel is in that space where she's very popular. One, she's very attractive. Two, she's very good at basketball. Okay. And it has opened up a lot of opportunities for her off the court. She makes way more money off the court and endorsements than she does on the court. So she will be walking. She'll be one of the Angels. And she's perfect model height. She's 6'3" for a girl. Wow. Long legs. Again, beautiful young lady. And she's parlaying her beauty, her athletic success and talents into a lot of other things. And I ain't mad at her. How can you be? You know what I mean? How can you be? It's strike while the iron is hot. Strike while the iron is hot because these opportunities aren't going to be here forever. And I applaud her for it. I applaud her for it because let me tell you something. To have those types of opportunities is dope. You know what I mean? It's dope. So good for her. I'm fired up. It's going to be dope. I don't know if I'll watch it, but hey, I'm happy for her. More power to her. Make money while you can. Make money. Can't hate on them. And so, oh, my man, King Booker World checking in. What's up, Papa? How are you? Just salute everyone and Shawn. What's up, buddy? Thanks for tuning in, my man. I appreciate you. The next top of the morning topic. Where's that? Here. Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams has become part owner of the Boston Legacy Football Club of the National Women's Soccer League. He's part owner. He's an investor in it now. And I'll tell you what, this is what I was talking to you guys about. Other opportunities off the field. He's part owner of the Boston women's soccer team, pro women's soccer team. That's awesome. Remember, he has a investment firm that's going to get that he's dabbling in a whole bunch of different investments and things like that off the court. And I ain't mad at him. He got some money from USC and the NIL deals. Some claimed it was reported up to $10 million last couple of years. I am happy that he has this opportunity. I'm happy that he's doing something that a lot of pro athletes are doing. All right, Patrick Mahomes invested in the Kansas City Royals. Venus and Serena in the Miami Dolphins. Alex Rodriguez in the Minnesota Timberwolves. So you're getting these guys who are diversifying and putting their money in something that's definitely going to appreciate over the years. Definitely. Good morning, Patty. Thank you for tuning in. Mosh says, happy Mickey Picky TGIF Friday to Theo Shawn. Oh, I mean, Jeremiah's watching. What's up, Jeremiah? And probably Monica. Monica! How are you, hon? Don't worry, I haven't forgot about us. Me taking you out to dinner. Monica's my niece. That's Junior and Patty's daughter. Yeah. Still going to take her out to dinner just because I miss them. Don't worry, I haven't forgot. Junior says she quit on basketball this year. I don't think she did. I think she was frustrated. But she was still getting double doubles. I mean, when you average double double, you can't say you quit on a team. Can't. Shorty says, "Damn, Booker, your future ex-wife is looking good." King Booker will had to correct him. He says, "No, Shorty. Camila Cardoso is the future ex-wife, but Reese just might be the future ex-wife." I ain't mad at you, dog. I am not mad at you, Papa. Junior says she wants to be more of an influencer than a basketball player. Well, look at it this way. Like, what did I tell you? She is definitely lining up for things after her basketball career. Michonne, what do you mean she might? She may have one. If she wants one, she's got it. She's tall. She's beautiful. She's 6'3". You know, how many designers would love to work with her? Plus, she's got a huge following. She's got over 1 million followers. Junior, she doesn't want to be an influencer. She is an influencer. Junior's like, she set out the last game, and the next day she's at Canelo Crawford, no problem. You know, here's what I'll tell you. The things that are going on with the Chicago Sky behind the scenes are horrible. Horrible. The leadership. Think of all the former Sky players who are in the playoffs. Kalia Copper. All right. Damn, who's the guy's daughter who played for the Montreal Expos? Oh goodness. Hell, even Courtney Vandersloot left and came back. Who played for the Montreal Expos, and his daughter played for them, and now she's in a commercial too. The Shields, the Lion of the Shields daughter, the Shields. There's a lot of former Sky players in the playoffs making noise. Bro, it is a shit show. It is a shit show. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, we'll have Jason on. Jason will talk about it because Jason been covering this guy. And Jason, when he's been on, he's talked about it. All the things going on in the background. I mean, we couldn't get any free agents. People left because of the fact that they're practicing in the Berto Center. All right, and the Berto Center is a public center. It used to be where the Bulls used to practice before they built the Advocate Center next door to the United Center. Yeah, she's in the Mind Health Matter commercial. Yes. But you're practicing at a public facility. What? And then, I don't know. Is it here? Let me see, because this is what I'm talking about. Like there's going to be new ownership. They're trying to buy into or buy up the majority stake of the Chicago Sky. No, shoot. Because the players have complained. Players have complained big time. And when your players aren't happy, yeah, I'm trying to find it. No. And you know, now that I'm trying to find it, I'm not going to be able to find it. So, ni modo, eh? Look at one more episode of the issue of the paper. But they were definitely talking a new leadership group trying to step in for the Sky. Yeah. Yep. There's an article from yesterday's paper finals. Guard grew into a franchise player in her 7 years with the Sky. Now she's reached new heights with the Phoenix Mercury. Yeah. And I know they lost. They're losing to the Las Vegas Aces. It doesn't stop Kalia Copper from being a badass. Badass. And it's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I can't find it. I knew I wouldn't be able to. But it's a shit show. It's a shit show with the Chicago Sky. Favoritism. Jason wasn't happy with Reese. He wrote an article putting her down. Yeah. When she started talking about her teammates, Jason said she was wrong and a bad teammate to do that. Well, she could, but also let me ask you this. How many of them are playing well? How many of them have the same desire as she does to be a great player? See, when people, and I agree, I wouldn't talk about my teammates in public either. But when you're stuck with when you want to win and you get crappy teammates who may not care, I don't know. Again, I wouldn't go public with it, but hey, my man Black Diamond checking in. What's up, Papa? It says top of the morning, gang. FGB, Papa. Appreciate you. So, yeah. Anyway, a little somber sad news. Sad news. Former Loyola super fan, Sister Jean. Man, we remember her from the 2018 run to the Final Four for Loyola. She passed away yesterday at the age of 106. You know, she was born in 1919. My grandmother was born in 1918. Wow, that means my grandma would have been 107 years old this year if she was still around. She passed away, and she stole the hearts of college basketball fans across the country. It didn't matter if you went to Loyola or rooted for Loyola. You just enjoyed her around. She was always positive, and the players, the whole staff loved her. Players loved her. Fans loved her. And she passed away yesterday at the age of 106. She will be greatly missed. Rest in peace, Sister Jean. And that's a bit of a bummer. That's a bit of a bummer. Black Diamond. Hey, Shawn, you said keep hope alive, and it appears the Few crew is choking. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? I said there's a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance. Yes! Black Diamond, you're checking in right now. And what I said earlier was, look, you got Seiya Suzuki, who's hot. You have Michael Bush, who is hot. King Tuck with a base hit and a home run yesterday. Is he coming out of it? Is he getting hot now? Is he getting hot at the right time? PCA had that big 2-out single yesterday or 2 days ago to extend the lead. Are they coming out of that little funk they were in? Because if they are, the Dodgers got a Mickey Ficky problem. The Dodgers got a Mickey Ficky problem. Because they'll handle the Brewers tomorrow. They will handle the Brewers tomorrow because all the pressure's on the Brewers. All the pressure's on the Brewers. You're the number 1 seed. You had the best record in baseball. You won the division. You took the first 2 games of the series. You can't come back and lose it. There's only been 7 teams to do that. You don't want to be number 8. All the pressure is squarely on the shoulders of the Milwaukee Brewers. Pat Murphy, the manager, has got to get them right. He's got to get their heads right because they're feeling the pressure. Sphincters are tightening up there in Milwaukee. That, my peoples, I can promise you. Sphincters are tightening up in Milwaukee in that clubhouse. Because they shut them down yesterday. Cue up Public Enemy. King Booker Will said, watching the football game, immediately thought about your strength of schedule rant, Shawn. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And you can't, it's difficult. It's difficult. Every NFL team, especially, is different every year. You got draft picks. You have free agents. Some years you just don't click. Believe you me, I was on a couple of those teams. It just didn't click. We pretty much had the same guys. A couple of my Charger teams. I'm glad you saw it. I'm glad it came to fruition to show you what I was talking about, to back up exactly what it is that I was saying. How it's not, you can't say the strength of schedule. This team's good. That team's good. You don't know. You don't know. I mean, the Giants beating Philly? What? It's crazy. Bingo. Also, people can stop with the Hurts is elite. He's on an elite team, but he himself is not elite. He's good. 100% King Booker World. And I've said that from jump. He's not a generational quarterback. He's not a great quarterback. He is a great game manager. He is a great game manager. You got one of the best offensive lines. If they're not the best offensive line in the NFL, they're in the top 2. Them in Detroit. Detroit might be number 2 because Frank Ragnow retired. They're all world center. But you don't win because of him. You win because he doesn't make mistakes. You turn around and hand it off to one of the best running backs in the game. Great offensive line. You got great receivers, great tight end, great defense. And it's okay. It's okay that he's not great. He's not a top tier quarterback. Because you know what he cares about? Rings. And he's got one now. So you can talk all that shit. You can talk all that shit about he's not this or he's better than someone's better than Jalen Hurts. This guy's better than Jalen Hurts. But guess what Jalen Hurts has? Jalen Hurts has a Super Bowl ring. And he's got a great marketing team for off the field. Remember, we were just talking about Angel Reese and Caleb Williams, what they're doing off the field, off the field, off the court. And he's got a great marketing team that gets him endorsements. I'm sure he's got a lot of endorsements. If Jay Grizz checks in, we'll ask Jay Grizz if he sees endorsements of Jalen Hurts in and around Philly. Man, we were just talking about you, Baba. My man Rick Gonzalez in the house. What's up, Baba? He said, good morning, Shawn. FGB. FGB to you too, sir. Thank you for tuning in, Baba. I appreciate it. Yeah, but Shawn, they have an elite running back. Yes. But this is all part of a great team. It doesn't matter if you're an elite running back. You can't win by yourself. He didn't do it in New York. So they put him on a great team. They got a great offensive line. They have great receivers. They add him and add in a quarterback who doesn't make mistakes. King Booker will, yes. Why does it have to be one extreme or the other? So something happened in the sports world where being good is now a negative. You're either a bum or elite. I know. And the thing, the problem is everyone's always had to one-up you. Everyone wants to be one-up. They want to one-up you. I have a cousin, I have a cousin like that. Always wants to one-up me. So you can't say this guy's good. Yeah, but this guy's better. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the guy I'm talking about. My cousin would do that all the time, and I never realized it, but a couple people said, man, your cousin's jealous of you. I'm like, what? Because any time all of my stories, I'd say, he would always add, but, and then add something on. Like, no, the story ends there, or he'd say, yeah, but this was even better. And nowadays, everyone wants to say, oh, that guy's good, but this guy's better. It's interesting why people do that. It's interesting why people feel the need to one-up you. You know what I mean? It just very interesting. Levette Lee checking in. What's up, Mama? How are you? Thank you for tuning in. She's like TGIF, go Cubs, go FGB. I can go with the FGB, Levette. I can't go with the Go Cubs, go. But yeah, why people have to try and one-up you? Because people, you say Jalen Hurts is good. Yeah, but I'd rather have such and such. Really? Why can't people understand that situations make or break people? We've talked about this before. If the Bears had drafted Patrick Mahomes, would he be Patrick Mahomes that we know today? Hell no. Because they didn't have a plan in place, which is why they screwed up Mitch, which is why they screwed up Justin. You've got to have a good scenario, a place where they can develop these players. And if they develop to be just good, and that's all you need from your quarterback, perfect. Which is exactly what the Eagles have. They have a great team. And is that what you want? A great team. I don't know. You can't be a good player or a very good player in any sport, otherwise you're a bum. Like you said, King Book of World, it's either you're a bum or you're a goat. And everyone they throw that term around far too freely. Oh, he's a goat. He's a goat. Everyone can't be a goat. You can't. Everybody can't be a goat. Hate to break that to you. Now, if you say you're one of the goats, no problem. Don't call everyone a goat because they have one good year. That's another thing that bugs the hell out of me. You get people, they have one good year, they have one good game, a half a season, 6 games, 8 games. Oh, he's a goat. He hasn't even done a full season yet. The hyperbole which we deal with now in sports is ridiculous. Ridiculous. But I'm glad you saw King Booker World. I'm glad you correlated my strength of schedule rant to the game yesterday. That was good stuff. That was good stuff. Well, listen, we got to take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we're going to welcome the doctor, Dr. Donald Gooch. That's what I'm talking about. We got all Bears, baby. I'm fired up about it. I'm really fired up about this Monday. The revenge game. Who said it? Revenge game coming. Someone just said that in the chat. Who was it? Black Diamond. Black Diamond said, and Shawn, revenge game incoming. I agree. Because if you remember the clip I played the other day from Tyreek Stevenson, you can tell that young man has grown. That embarrassment of last year has been used by him to fuel him, has been used by him to make himself better. He sounds completely different now than he did last year. Completely different. He's still full of confidence. He's just not braggadocious. He's just now cocky. He's confident, very confident in his skills. He's not cocky anymore because that shit humbled him big time. On that note, man, Dr. Donald Gooch on the other side of the break. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings. I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
It's a romance sport. What? It's a romance sport like that.
Your Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. every day. No matter where we serve, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Every body in a work zone is someone somebody.
This is my mom. She works for KDOT.
This is my dad.
This is my mom.
This is my daddy.
This is my sister.
This is my daddy.
This is my son, Scott. He was killed while working in a highway work zone. When you drive through a work zone, drive like a life depends on it. Because it does.
Addition of Lonzo Ball with a team of that's a nice move by Jones. 2 or 3 positions, which is important. Here's Patrick Williams right now. He can play some 4 and some 3. Here's Giddy creating his own. Right over Dean Wade that time. Tough shot.
Some organized. Terry taking a look. Down to 2. 1 on the clock. Giddy. Oh my goodness. Oh, baby. Flashbacks of Los Angeles. Oh, Elizabeth. I'm coming, Elizabeth.
Oh, he just threw it up there. Watch. There's no time left. He just catch, throws. Whoop. Josh Giddey, I tell you, man, he's made some incredible shots. Cowbell.
We'll be
more cowbell.
We just need a triangle. We can get Adam on the triangle.
Yes. Adam can sing too.
Here's Miller up ahead for the Dogs.
Welcome back to Shawn Sierra Sports on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of Chicago Sports Network. Those were the Bullies on the west side, baby. They had the house rocking, and I love it. I know it's preseason. I know. It's preseason. I got my Bulls hat over here, right to the side. This is one of my favorite Bulls hats. I like this one. Off to the side, but it's always good when your boys win, when your teams win, and I'm fired up about it. Giddy's looking good. Again, flirting with a triple-double like he always does. Look forward to hitting some Bulls games this year. I'm really excited. I'm going to hit a couple. And I might even listen to this. No shit. I might get a 100 level season. I might come out of the 300 levels. I might come out of 300 level down to the 100 level. Not the floor, just the 100 level. Just because I like what they're doing. But anyway, those are the Bullies yesterday with a big win. With a big win over the Cleveland Cavaliers. Yeah, Junior, Diamond DeShields. I couldn't remember. I knew it was DeShields. Delino is her dad's name. Remember Delino DeShields from the Expos? That's his daughter. And I remember when she played for the Sky. Yeah, so. But anyway, my next guest, I'm excited. It's first time on here. He's from Windy City Gridiron. He is a professor at Stephen F. Austin University. All right, he also writes for Windy City Gridiron. He's a Bears writer. And you can find him on Twitter at Gooch1701. Guys, it's welcome to Shawn Sierra Sports for the first time. Dr. Don Gooch. Don, what's up, Bubba? How are you? Thanks for coming on.
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am wonderful, my man. Thank you for asking. Revenge game. A lot going on. We're coming off the bye. We had an extra day because it is on Monday Night Football, the only game in town. And your thoughts. How different is it this year as opposed to last year?
Well, last year it was it wasn't just a stumbling block. It was we fell off the cliff. We didn't know it. We thought we thought Caleb had led us back to an amazing comeback victory. I think we'd all kind of settled in, just waiting for that last play to be over, so we could celebrate going to 5-2, and that's where it all turned around, and in shocking fashion. And so here we are again. I'm sure the powers that be at the NFL didn't plan this at all. This
no, not at all.
Matchup, right? And we're kind of sitting in a similar situation. I mean, we're not sitting at 4-2. We're sitting at 2-2, but we've won our last 2 games. Caleb is looking like the guy. We've got some leaks on this team. Ben has talked about them, and I'm a bit concerned about going up against one of the best rushing attacks in the NFL with our particular run defense. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the Bears do.
I am as well. One of the focal points, one of the biggest storylines is Tyrique Stevenson. As you heard me talk about him before, he had the massive breakdown last year, talking to the fans as the play's going on, not in his right spot. He's actually the guy who tipped the ball back to the guy he was supposed to be covering. He had the back of the scrum and not the front of the scrum. And he took a lot of shit from I'm sure his teammates, I'm sure the staff, media, and the fans really got on him. And it was embarrassing. They told him he wasn't starting the next week. He left practice for a hot second. See, people, here's the one thing that media won't tell you. They said he walked out of practice because they were stretching when he got the news. They said he walked out of practice, and they stopped, and he did. However,
he came back
in about 5 minutes later, like, okay, he was embarrassed. He walked off. He was mad, embarrassed. I said, you know what? He probably thought, you know what? I did this shit to myself. I bet. He came back out. A lot of media won't tell you that. They just want to paint a bad picture of him. But now, if you've seen him, his conversation with Byard and Byard's podcast Intercepted, he owns it like a grown ass Mickey Ficky man. He groans it, he owns it, and he did not shy away from it at all. Talk to me about the maturity you've seen from Tyrique Stevenson from that interview, as opposed to the youngster we saw last year.
Yeah, I think we saw him grow up this season, particularly after those first 2 games. I mean, and after the Detroit game, fact of the matter is he got owned. Got owned by one of the best wide receivers in football, up against one of the best offenses in football. So we should throw that caveat in. But he did not have a good game in that game, and then has come back in the next 2 games. And this is kind of it's almost a microcosm of that story we're talking about. He got knocked down, but he got back up. Right. And the last 2 games, he's been CB1. And played like a CB1. And so it's been real exciting to see. In our predictions column at Windy City Gridiron, I kind of went out on a limb. I predicted a pick 6 for him on Monday.
Okay.
Jaden. I actually, in last week's prediction, I predicted that he would get an interception, and so I was right about that. So maybe I'll be right about this one. I hope so. I really like Tyrique Stevenson. He is great against. He is great as a man cover. He's not. Zone is not his thing. So Flus's defense was certainly not up to his particular set of skills. I think the Dennis Allen defense is much more suited to his skill set, and I think he started to show us that in the last 2 games.
Yeah, I didn't like him in man. But he started to understand that zone concept really, really well. I interviewed him after the game one time, and I asked him the one game where he had the pick where he played it, and he gave a shout out to Jalen Johnson. He's like, I've been watching Jalen film where he baited the quarterback. I don't remember who it was against. It was at home, and he baited the quarterback into thinking he was staying in the flat because he was at the cover 2. But he also saw the receiver settling in behind him, and as soon as that ball was up, he broke and had a nice jumping interception. So I liked him more in zone. I think he's a big physical corner, but he's playing. I didn't think he's a good corner, a man corner. Man, he's proven me wrong the last couple of games, and I'll be more than happy to be wrong the rest of the season if he continues to play like this, because he's playing with a lot of confidence, not arrogance, confidence, and that's in football. But man, especially on that island, when you're dealing with the number 1 receiver, because he is CB1 for now, you got to have all the confidence in the world, and I like where he's going with that. and I hope your prediction comes true. I hope your prediction comes true. If it does, I'm gonna call you about some lotto numbers too, Baba.
That'd be fun.
Talk to me though about this defensive line. That's the issue that I'm concerned with, and that's what makes this even more amazing. All the interceptions we have, and we're not getting any pressure.
Worst pressure team in football. I think we're either 31 or 32 after this weekend. And given how much money we have invested on this defensive line and the Montez Sweat contract, I didn't like the Deos signing, just to be perfectly honest. And I so far, other than the first couple of quarters of that Vikings game, it certainly hasn't really done much. Now Grady Jarrett has been injured with that knee, but then again, he had the knee when we signed him. That's part of the reason that Atlanta cut him, and we signed him to a big contract. So we've got a ton of money invested in a defensive line that isn't getting pressure and can't stop the run. And I'm pretty sure those are their only two jobs. So that's a big problem. And, will getting Spidey back help the run fit a little bit? I hope so. Will Austin Booker spur us on a little bit with our pass rush? I don't know that we can hope for anything else, because I think I think what we're looking at right now in terms of that defensive line is, at least in terms of its pass rush, it's kind of been what it was last year, which wasn't good, and it wasn't good the year before that. Montez Sweat, when we traded for him, had those nice couple of 8 games. It earned him that contract, and we all kind of thought, oh, okay, well, we've got a 12 to 14 sack guy here. Nope, Montez Sweat is not a 12 to 14 sack guy. I'm not sure at this point he's a 5 to 7 sack guy, which is it's a big problem when that's your number one pass rushing defensive end. I saw a stat the other day where offenses are not respecting our defensive ends. They don't chip them. They don't double team them. They say, nope, our tackles can take them on one-on-one, and they do. And we don't get pressure out of those defensive ends. So they're right so far.
And that's the thing that really bugs me, is the fact that they can't get any pressure. They're not getting any pressure. You got a $96 million, $98 million man on one side who's vastly overpaid. And I never liked that contract to begin with. Interviewing him in the locker room, I just didn't see him as a dog. I think he's a talented player. I think his skill set is nice, but it didn't scream $100 million contract to me when I was like, wow, when they got it. So now they're stuck with his contract. Give me your thoughts on what do you think? How do you think we can get pressure? I mean, you can
scheme pressure. One way is to stunt, but we're also one of the worst stunting teams in football as well. So you kind of start, you kind of see Dennis House going, what can I do here? Blitz, I guess. Maybe we just need a blitz. And we know getting Kyler Gordon back will help our blitz package because he's excellent in that, and he's a good run defender. I think it's the run defense that I've been most surprised by. I really thought that for the first 4 or 5, 6 games last season, we were one of the best run defending defenses in football. We lost Andrew Billings, and then it seemed to just open the floodgates, and then became one of the worst run defenses. Like, okay, well, we got Andrew Billings back. We should be pretty decent at run fits. Nope, we've been just as bad as we were when he was out. So,
Doc, the thing about that is, I said I didn't anticipate him returning to old form because, I don't know if you ever torn a pec.
I have not torn a pec, but I understand it's
crazy. So him, just like Braxton Jones, this offseason, they didn't get a chance to train. They were rehabbing. And there's a big difference, a huge difference in training, in rehabbing, and in training for a season. And you can't really push it because the last thing you want to do is re-tear it, re-injure it, and now you're behind the 8 ball. So he's nowhere near as strong, and that was his biggest thing, is he was able to hold 2 people and still get pressure. So it sucks, and we're probably not going to see the best of a good Andrew Billings until later in the season. And I think next year he'll be back to the Andrew Billings that we know and love, but we still got 13 games left to deal with his not being as strong. One of the questions I want to ask you, oh my God, Black Diamond is just reading my mind. Give me your thoughts. I'm a big DJ Moore guy. Love DJ Moore. He's actually my favorite Chicago Bear right now. Caleb has something against him. I have my own conspiracy theory why you don't target the $111 million wide receiver you have and you want to go up against a rookie. Okay, I get it. You make friends. You're messing around on the flight to the draft. You hung out in the draft, and you get drafted, and you go and you salute. Okay, I get it. I get the bond. But you got a guy who's proven in the league, and there's something there. And they're not throwing DJ the ball. He's not getting the targets. Do you see a possible DJ Moore trade for some help?
Well, I mean, the big news, to a degree we call it news, was that was the Tennessee Titan reporter that kind of threw into the air the idea that maybe the Bears were looking at trading for Simmons, which, I mean, you're talking about one of, if not the best defensive tackle in football, a little older, but the same age as DJ. And Tennessee and Cam Ward could certainly use a wide receiver like DJ. So do you trade strength for strength there?
Man from 1 for 1.
Yeah. I'm very reluctant to trade weapons, and a weapon like DJ Moore is dynamic. He's not the crispest route runner, but that man with the ball in his hand is a danger to hit the house every time he's got it. So I can't say I would love the idea of trading DJ Moore because I love him on the Bears, but that defensive line is a problem, and I don't know how. I don't think Austin Booker can solve that problem. I think he'll help, but he's in his second year. He's coming off a knee injury. How much can we really expect him to do coming onto this defense? And and this is really something we have to hang on polls. I mean, I'm a big poll supporter. I'm not a polls critic for the most part, but his structuring of this defensive line, the contracts that he's paid out, they don't make sense to me. I don't understand why he's paid as much for the people that he's acquired. Older players or in the case of Deo, just a player that never, I mean, despite having, certainly some measurables that you like, he didn't perform in Indianapolis, but you gave him a contract like he did. And so now we're kind of stuck with these big contracts to players that aren't very good. I mean, I don't know if you watched the New York game last night, but watching, Brian Burns and Carter and that amazing defense. I mean, I think they've got 5 defensive linemen that are head and shoulders better than our best defensive linemen. That's a tough thing to kind of accept as a Bears fan who loves defense.
Yeah, it is. And so I'm really concerned with that because you're right. Washington has one of the better running games. The youngster was a 7th round pick, 5th round, 6th round pick. He's really in his bag. He's really feeling himself right now. The offensive line. The thing about them is they're getting really good run fits. That offensive line, and we're not getting good run fits on defense. No. And I think that's going to really help Jaden Daniels. That helps any quarterback when you get a great run game. It helps. So now we're gonna have to run blitz, stop this run game, and make them 1-dimensional. And if we can, then we got to deal with Jaden Daniels, who I think is one of the up and coming stars in the league. Him and Caleb, obviously, same draft class. So it's going to be a tough matchup. But let's go to the other side of the ball. Caleb Williams, give me your thoughts on him going into this game. He had a couple of nice games the last 2 games. this kid is just full of confidence. And the one thing that I talked about confidence is you can be full confident about what you think you can do. But there's nothing like true confidence is when you actually do it. He's brought us back to win a couple of games, with the DeAndre Swift touchdown run. Caleb brought us back. Yeah, and so I'm really, really excited about where he can go. Talk to me about Caleb and what you see in that young man right now.
The story I like to tell about Caleb is it was a few years ago. It was just a random Friday night. I turned on a college football game. It was a USC game, and I'm watching this kid run around behind that line and do things that I saw Pat Mahomes did. And I'm sitting there going, why can't the Bears ever get a guy like this? And a few years later, the dream comes true. We get him. And are there some leaks in the game? Yes. But I think that the marriage of Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson, that's a match made in heaven. And I think we're beginning to see the fruits of it. We're beginning to. Caleb is bought in. Caleb believes in Ben. Ben believes in Caleb. And is it going to be perfect? No, it's the first year. We've got a second-year quarterback, first-year head coach, but they are beginning to gel, and we are seeing Caleb's game start to take that next step. And I think maybe oh my gosh, I tell you, if the national media, the story they wanted to tell about Caleb, get another Bears bust quarterback, and why did the Bears take him first overall? It was every moment in the off season, despite the fact I don't think he had he had one of the better rookie campaigns for a first overall pick. When you're the first overall pick, you tend not to end up on a particularly good team. And we were not a good team last year. But he had a pretty good rookie season, and he is building on that. While his completion percentage is sort of similar to where it was last year, his deep ball accuracy is up. And of course they've given the weapons, and when they protect him, he can carve up a defense. When they don't protect him, he can use his dynamic abilities. He can create. So even as in the Vegas game, when you've got Max Crosby literally trying to win the game all by himself for Las Vegas, he was still able to make plays, and particularly in the second half, to give the Bears a chance to win.
Yeah, he's doing really good. I was really impressed with his rookie season, and by those numbers, those are okay numbers. Great for a rookie in a situation that he had. That's the thing that people don't understand. This is why you can't just go by the numbers. Because you're 3,500 yards. All right, a lot of guys get 3,500 yards. It's not a big deal. But dealing into the dysfunction that he had to deal with, all right, the lack of coaching, and that's why I was actually about to put it up before this. Coaching matters, man. Hashtag wise guy once said that. Hashtag coaching matters, and that's the thing is, he's got a good coach. He's got a really good coach, and I see this guy really, really taken off. They helped them with the offensive line, the front three, although they've been having some issues. Like, what the hell's up with? They paid a lot of money to have some leaks up the middle, guys, and you can't get
offensive line. Offensive line has to play together. I mean that I was an offensive lineman in high school, and you've got to play together. You've got to get those reps in, and the way the NFL is these days in terms of the rules about practice. You need your offensive line to stay healthy, and you need them to they need to start stacking games where they play. I mean, just look at Jonah Jackson. I mean, first game, he looks terrible. You're like going, oh my gosh, right? I mean, what have we done here? We got another right guard signing that's going to be awful. But he has improved over the course of those games. You're seeing that offensive line, I think, start to come together. Not so much on the run side of things, but in terms of pass protection. And I think the run game will come. They got to
stick with it. Gooch, they got to stick with it.
Yes, they got to do it. And Ben will. I mean, Ben's offense is built around the running game. I mean, everybody kind of thinks he's this Air Coryell kind of guy, and he's not. That is not his offense. His offense is built through the run. And having a dynamic run game then leads to the play action pass, which then leads to those pass plays that he's known for. I tell you, continuing on talking about Ben, the one thing I didn't know about Ben, I mean, because we saw, I mean, he was leading that Detroit offensive attack, the creativity. We knew he had that in him. What I didn't know is what kind of a football coach he was. And what we've started to see what kind of football coach he is. And that is a leader of men. That is a leader of men that we've got, not just an offensive genius, not just the math whiz. He is a leader of men. I mean, when you saw that good, better, best after that win and saw those guys with him, I was like, that's our football coach. We got him.
Yeah. I think I don't like that. And I don't like that thing. It sounds a little corny, but he built it and they ride around it. That better, best. There's a lot of other ones that we've heard and probably used in our playing days, sure. But it works with them. It works for them and they rally around it. And I agree. And I think the one thing about it is that you show how smart you are when you hire people smarter than you. And him bringing in Dennis Allen is huge. All right. And I know that the defense was giving up an issue, but him not having to worry about that defensive side of the ball, all right, for the most part. All right. I know he gets frustrated when they getting gashed, but you got having someone to draw experience whose experience you can draw off of and say, all right, or he just to have no he's there. Like, hey, listen, don't do that. Try this. Should I, Dennis, what should I call it? Timeout here. What are you thinking? Not that he needs it all the time, but if he does, he has that resource. And I think, and then let's not forget Eric sleeping with Bieniemy. Got him as an offensive coach that you could bounce plays off of. All right, yeah. Dan Rochard, another great offensive line coach, and then Chicago's very own Antoine Randall L as a wide receiver.
Some young guys. It's such a great mix. His coaching staff. I was really impressed with that over the offseason. He said, look, I don't want to just bring in all my friends. I want to have, he wants to have that sort of coaching staff of rivals where he can get different ideas and then bring those together into a game plan. And I really don't think it's a scheme problem on our defense. I think right now we've got a bit of a talent problem on the defensive line, and we've had some injury problems. And I did not like seeing Jaquan Brisker show up on the injury list. I'm still not sure what's going on there. Last year he played out the game and then never played again because of that concussion.
I was listening this morning and they were saying it's not a concussion. It's
good. That's great.
Yeah,
I'm glad it's not a concussion. Oh, it's a quad. Okay. Well,
yeah. So here's for those of you guys, here's the injury report from yesterday, Brisker. But here's the thing. Does this surprise you? There's so many. Dude, you're coming off a bye.
Right.
How the hell is Grady Jarrett, his knee? How the hell is Kyle Monangai, his thigh? Darnell Wright. I mean, this all had to happen in the game because you're coming off a bye.
Yeah, well, we knew Wright had the elbow injury because he couldn't go last game.
Right.
And then Jarrett's been bothered by that knee since the offseason. So I guess those are continuing injuries. But, yeah, I mean, as far as I know, Brisker got out of that game injury-free, and then suddenly, just when we're getting back Kyler Gordon, now we're losing a person on the safety side of things. We haven't had that defensive backfield healthy yet, and we're not going to see JJ. We may not see JJ the rest of the season. Frankly.
I don't think so either. I don't think that either. I know they're not saying that, but
yeah.
I think it might be a season-ending injury, and that's going to suck.
Yeah.
Talk about this running game. This running game, they haven't been able to. They haven't been able to pop. All right. One of the issues I feel is that Ben has gone away from it far too often. Another issue is he hasn't used Kyle Monangai as much. All right. And I don't care what you tell me, you don't lead the Big Ten in rushing, then the following season be the second leading rusher in the Big Ten and not have some skills. I equated him as kind of like an Ashton Genty without speed. Hasn't fumbled since high school. I don't even think he fumbled in high school. It might be 8 years since he fumbled the ball.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood. I just think that run game, talk to me about how important that is in getting those guys, getting it going. Because I like Kyle Monangai. I really, and after watching his tape when we drafted him, I'm like, okay, this guy can do something. I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame. I'm not making him an All-Pro or a Pro Bowler, but this guy can still do something. You don't have to be an All-Pro to have an effect. We were talking about that earlier today. Either you're a bum or you're a superstar.
Right.
You can't just be in the middle. No one accepts that an above average player. And I think Kyle Monangai could be an above average running back in this league.
Well, he's looked. He's had limited touches, and I've been just as surprised as you have that he hasn't featured more in that running attack, particularly on the inside zone runs. I mean, look, a stiff breeze knocks over DeAndre Swift. The guy's fast as all get out. In space, he's great, but inside zone runs are not for DeAndre Smith or Swift. And Kyle Monangai, on the other hand, is exactly like he's like an Ashton Genty who will take contact and continue to move forward. I think he's averaging, and again, limited touches, I think about 5.2, 5.3 yards per carry. We could use that. We could use a guy that was averaging that. So I'm hoping, Ben, he had the bye, he's able to sort of reflect and go, hey, we've got to get this guy into our run game more. I think having Braxton Jones not out there, given his situation, I just don't think he's healthy, and I understand he's in a contract year. He probably felt like he had to come back to try to save his job, but he's just not healthy. He's just not there. And so the run game immediately improved when they pulled him out and flipped Benedette over to the left side. So I think that's going to help that run game. And I think relying more on Kyle Monangai, I think, and really there's not a whole lot else. I mean, I know they said Roschon. I don't know what's been going on with Roschon Johnson.
Dude, what the hell?
So,
but he's a great guy. He's a great character guy. Got great character.
Yeah, sure. I am too, but I'm not playing for the Bears, so at least I like to think I'm a good character guy. But yeah.
Yeah, no, Kyle Monangai right now is averaging 3.6, 17 carries, 62 yards.
That's it went down a little bit.
It's got to be better. I just think they need to stick with the run a lot more, and really have
it is the key to Ben's offensive approach. Now I know he kind of said we're gonna build our offense around our strengths, and I understand that. But Ben Johnson's offense is a play action pass offense. He wants his quarterback under center. He wants to run play action. In order for play action to work, they gotta be worried about the run. That's how it works. But so if they're not scared of the run, then it doesn't work quite as well. So everything there, a better run game is going to help the defense, and it's going to help Caleb with those play action passes and his dynamic approach. I mean, it's everything. We have to get this run game fixed.
I agree. Talk to me about the wideouts. Excuse me, Roma Dunze. And I was a big fan when they got a Roma Dunze.
Me too.
I mean, I wish we would have drafted an offensive lineman or an edge rusher, but we didn't. So that's who brought in, and I like Roma Dunze. He's become a favorite target of Caleb. He's caught a touchdown pass in each of the first 4 games. He looks like he can be a big time player this year in this league. You got DJ, who it just irks me to no end, Doc. It irks me that he's not being used and he's being overlooked. And I tell you, I think it's a personal thing. All right, that's my conspiracy theory. But Luther Burden has had a nice catch, had that touchdown catch in the flea flicker. Talk to me about how this passing game can really do some damage on Monday.
It is, I mean, if there's any part of the Bears team that should have Washington worried, it's our wideouts. It's our weapons. Between the 2 tight ends, and hopefully we're getting Loveland back out there. It looks like he's healthy, and then the 4 wide receivers, because you don't want to forget Zacharias too, because he's a favorite possession receiver clearly. So, I mean, is it a personal thing, or is it just a function of having too many mouths to feed? I don't know, or or kind of is it a scheme question? We've only got a few games here, but DJ, you got to get DJ Moore the ball. You got to get him the ball and space, and he will create. That is what DJ Moore does. I haven't really liked them playing him at running back, but
God
okay.
no.
Yeah,
God, no.
Well, we saw what happened with CeeDee Lamb there. I'd rather not see him in the back row. I'd rather see him down the field catching the ball in space and then creating like he can, like we know he can. So yeah,
if they use a running back, Doc, he better be coming out of the backfield doing some wheel routes, doing some angle routes on a linebacker to get away. That's the only reason I want to see him in the backfield, so you can get everybody on the field and really and get a mismatch. Just handing the ball off to him is stupid. It's stupid. I cannot. You're going to get that dude hurt. He's not a running back. He doesn't need to be taking hits from linebackers and defensive linemen. All right, let him deal with the DBs he's mostly bigger than, and let him deal with that, not those big boys.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah.
Ben Johnson, I know he wasn't here last year. No, he wasn't part of that Hail Mary. All right, but he's heard about it. He knows about it. How do you think he goes into this game? What do you think his approach is going into this game? It's a big game in that coming off a bye, you have time. You have time to self-scout. You have time to change course if necessary, make all the adjustments, and you have an extra day. How do you think Ben Johnson does coaching on Monday?
Well, I mean, he knows it's a big game. It's one of those things where you don't want to overhype the game. You kind of want to take that next game. We're going to play 17. This is one of the 17 that we're playing, but he understands. He knows what the narrative is going to be, and he knows that. I mean, there were a lot of players that he has right now that were on that team last year that basically quit after that game. We can say whatever. I mean, they quit. And you don't want that. You do not want a repeat of that. So, what's the messaging? I mean, I imagine it's the consistent messaging he's brought to them. We've won the last 2 games. Let's go build on that success. That said, if he can pull off the victory, because I mean, I think the line at some point, I don't know what the line is today, but it's like 5 points, which I thought was ridiculous. I don't think it should be that high, even though it is a home game for Washington. But if you could pull off a victory, great. But what I want to see out of the team is that win or lose, they are with Ben, and I think that's going to be the case. I really do. I think he's one of these coaches that can take a tough loss. I mean, look, Detroit put 52 on us. I mean, that could have been a point of failure. That could have been a point where the team was like, I guess we can't. I guess it's not our year again. But they've come back. They've rallied to Ben Johnson. I'm hoping that's we're going to see that football coach work for us on Monday night.
Yeah, the line started open at 4.5, and today's it's 4.5. It stayed at 4.5. So,
okay.
Yeah, let's see how it is. They're underdogs going on the road, and I understand it. So before we let you go, again, guys, round with Dr. Donald Gooch, Professor Stephen F. Austin University. He's a Bears writer for Windy City Gridiron, and we're talking Bears football here on ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. Give me a prediction, Doc. What do you think? How do you think it's going to turn out?
Well, I guess I should stick with the prediction that I put in our article, which I predicted 34-24 Bears. Which part of that was I am predicting a pick 6 for Tyreek Stevenson for Jaden Daniels. I may be a little caught up in the idea of, man, I want that redemption for him so much, but that's kind of where I have it. I think Washington's going to have some offensive success, but I think you give Ben Johnson 2 weeks to scheme up a plan. I don't want to be playing defense against him. So I think he might surprise a few folks who think they already have the narrative on what our season's going to be.
Doc, I appreciate it, man. Great stuff. Do me a favor before you go, let everybody know where they can find you and your work online.
Yeah, so I'm a writer at Windy City Gridiron, and my Twitter handle is at Gooch1701, and so you can see I talk Bears on X. I say Twitter handle. I guess it's X now.
Sorry,
on X. Yeah, and then I usually have a couple articles on Windy City Gridiron every week, so you can see me over there.
Sounds good, man. Thanks a lot, Doc. I appreciate it. Great stuff. We'll reach out again.
All right. Thanks, Shawn.
All right, buddy. Guys, there's Dr. Donald Gooch talking Bears win. He's got 34-24 Bears. I like it. Mr. Shorty says great stuff, Gooch. My man Junior says thank you, Dr. Gooch. Patty says thank you, Dr. Gooch. Good stuff, my man. I appreciate it. And I'm glad we were able to get you on and talk with us today. Great stuff, my man. Great stuff. I appreciate it. In case you're wondering, your boy, here's my prediction. I got 35-27. All right, I got 35-27. I think it's going to be a shootout for a while. Then the Bears just kind of get up a little too much. I'm expecting something big on the defense. All right, I don't know about pick six. That'd be dope. Right? I'm expecting a big hit, a big stop, big fourth down, and big hit, big stop, big something that turns the tide. Yeah, I don't know. Michon, the Bears 30, Commandos -3. Oh, that's funny. Oh, man, that's dope. King Booker Will said they're going to sack Daniels 3 times. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I really need this run game to get going. I really do. I need this run game to get on track. All right, because there's nothing better than punching a team in the mouth. And I don't see, we don't have, and here's the thing. I think that's going to change. We don't have them dogs on the offensive or defensive line. We don't got them dogs. Grady Jarrett's in his 10th year. It's kind of, I wouldn't say playing for a paycheck, but his best years are definitely behind him. I will say that. It doesn't mean he can't be a big-time contributor here. No, not at all. But his best years are behind him. We need a young dog, and that's where the Shamar Turner comes in that I'm hoping, okay, especially with the tutelage and the guidance of Grady Jarrett. I'd like to see him a little more. But that's the problem. We don't draft dogs. We don't draft just straight-up ballers, right? Because you're always worried about these great characters. We want people who play, who have a good reputation, and it bugs the hell out of me. Wow, really, King Booker World? King Booker World says Washington fans make me sick, and I'll put them in the FGB category. Really? Okay. Junior, you said Jenkins is sitting on the bench in Cleveland. You're talking about Tevin Jenkins? Is that who you're talking about? I'm excited for this game. I'm starting to see more and more growth from Caleb. I'm starting to see a comfort level every week, more and more comfort from Caleb. He's getting a lot more comfortable in this system. I think this offensive line is well, I'll be able to tell this week. I want to see them getting more familiar and comfortable playing next to each other, especially the middle three. Because if they do, man, I'll tell you what, Caleb can pick this Washington defense apart. Okay, he can pick it apart. I hope we get Costa Loveland back. That'll help big time. Here's what King Booker was to Shawn. They've been acting like they've been good for 20 years. You're talking mad shit. Yeah. Yeah, you know, you get the offensive rookie, NFL rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year. Did get to the NFC Championship game last year. That, put it this way, King Booker World. If the Bears got to the NFC Championship game last year, like they did, how crazy would we be talking this year? How crazy would we be acting? Get that chingo. Shawn says, have you heard any trade about the Bears trading for a stud pass rusher? Rumors. King Booker said a lot of dominoes fell their way. Yeah, but you know what? Nobody asks about that. Nobody cares. Don't tell me how rocky the ocean is. Just bring the ship in. And they got to the NFC title game. Things fell, and you need luck. All right, in every championship season, you need luck. And they got lucky last year. They had a lot of things fall their way, like you said. You know. Junior says, when Tevin and Wright were together and the run game clicked, but they didn't put Blue Tent Davis back at right guard, and the line went bad and still hasn't recovered. That's a good point, Junior. And Nate Davis, he was next to Darnell Wright. Wow. See, they would have to pay Tevin Jenkins. That was a good combo. That was a good side of the ball, Tevin and Darnell Wright. That was a good pairing. That was a good pairing. Yeah. Rick says, can Brisker, Gordon, and Jalen please be healthy at the same time, please? Always one or two of them are injured. FGB. I agree, man. That injury bug, it's unpredictable, and you just don't know. You just don't know. But that would be great to have, and that's one of the things I was looking forward to this year. And you realize that Jalen tore growing off his bone. That was the injury why he didn't play, and he hasn't played. They said he tore his groin off the bone. How the fudge crackers do you do that, bro? How in the blue hell did you do that training? You know, or you're getting freaky again, because remember I had that sex addiction came in last year talking about, I got a sex addiction, and I just want to come correct it. We didn't even know you had a sex addiction, bro. We didn't know that. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. We didn't even know that. Oh man. But what are you guys thinking? Here, do me a favor. Give me some of your predictions, guys. We got a couple minutes left. Give me your predictions for the game. Put it in the chat. Some serious thrusting. I know. Probably didn't warm up. You didn't stretch beforehand, King Booker World. Oh man, you're a fool. But give me, guys, put in the chat. Give me your thoughts on the game. Give me a score, prediction. I gave you mine. This is my score, 35-27. Black Diamond, Shawn, that was definitely an overshare. I know. I mean, he came out like they didn't. And he pulled like one of the coach, the head coach. He goes on a rant first. He goes, okay, now I'll open up the questions. That's how Jalen Johnson came out. Like, yeah, I just want to let you guys know that I had a sex addiction and I wanted to bang everything possible. Like, bro, I'm getting help for it. Like, we didn't need to know that. Keep your daughters and nieces away from me because you're going to get it. Like, stop it. What the heck? Oh, man. Cornelius Squalls. 28-24 Bears. Okay. Rick Gonzalez, 29-23 Bears. Okay. Shawn, 30-20 Bears. Okay. Okay. I just get so excited watching football. Like, I can't wait. Like last night's game, you know, tomorrow all day long. You know, and then Sunday. And the cool part about Sunday is I get to watch. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I might go to Output for some steak and eggs. I haven't had steak and eggs. I'm just finishing this fast. So I get to eat today. Today's my I started the fast at 7 o'clock on Sunday. So 7 o'clock today I can eat. So I have my meals already. JJ was like, when I come over to your house, please tell your fish to stop swimming. Oh, man. Classic Eddie Murphy. Hey, speaking of Eddie Murphy, his idol, Richard Pryor. So I get to eat tonight, but I'm planning out my meals. Like, I get to eat one fruit, the same fruit. That's how you break the fast. So I'm going to have I got pineapple in the fridge, ready. And tomorrow morning, I'm going to get up early. I'm going to have pineapple and watermelon. Then for breakfast, I'm going to have huevo con chorizo. And tomorrow night, my cousin's daughter's having a quinceañera for his daughter. So we're going to eat that over there. But then Sunday, I might hit Output for steak and eggs if they don't have a breakfast at my cousin's and my tia's house, my aunt's house, whose son is having a quinceañera for his daughter. So we'll see. But I'm already looking forward toward meals. Man, and the thing about Sunday is you don't have to worry about rooting. Like you don't have to get up at 12. You know what I mean? You don't have to. If you want to, you can get up later or whatever. And it's not pressing. It's not urgent. So SuperBack planning his diet. I'm telling you, Michonne, I'm telling you. I was thinking about a couple smash burgers. Rick, you're a damn fool, Bob. I appreciate it. Rick said, I'm about to smoke this blunt and eat some Frankenberry for you, Shawn. FGB. Oh, I love it. And that's going back, baby. That's going back, some Frankenberry. Dude, that was my favorite food. That was my favorite cereal. Actually, it was a tie between Frankenberry and Blueberry. Those are my favorite. All right, Cinnamon Toast Crunch became default because after a while, we couldn't find Frankenberry and Blueberry, especially Blueberry. You can find Frankenberry a lot easier than Blueberry. Those two are my favorites. And then when it became real difficult to find them, then Fruity Pebbles and Cinnamon Toast Crunch were my number one and 1A cereals. King Booker World's like, hell yeah, Frankenberry. But Shorty's like, LMFAO, Rick. Patty's like, love it, Rick, FGB. I'm okay with Captain Crunch, Michonne, but it wasn't up there for me. It was good. I love the way that I love the way the milk tastes after for Captain Crunch. But you know what? It was still too, and I know it was still too crunchy for me. And not that I have a problem with, but like after it soaks for a while, like yeah, you had to let it sit for like 15 minutes for it to get soft. Like I ain't waiting 15 minutes for it. And that's why I loved Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's why I love Blueberry, Frankenberry, and that's why I love Fruity Pebbles, because the cereal will get soft in like not even 5 minutes. And then the way the milk tasted after, whoo, Charlie. Oh, Rick says, I got 2 boxes of Frankenberry last night of Frankenberry. Blueberry was out of stock. You know you're about to do it too. FGB, that's what we're talking about. So I might get some steak and eggs on Sunday if we don't have a breakfast at my aunt's house after the quince, which is Saturday. But hey, listen, guys, 2 hours is come and gone. I want to thank my guest, Dr. Donald Gooch. And yes, King Booker World, that was Rick. Yes, that was the bully on Different Strokes. Oh man, that was funny. I didn't put that up just because. Patty says today's National Mental Health Day. Check on your family or friends and family. Will do. I got a cousin who's going through some stuff right now. Yeah. I got a cousin who's going through some stuff right now. So, guys, have a phenomenal weekend. Again, thanks to Dr. the Gooch. Great stuff today. And shoot. I want to tell you guys, have a phenomenal weekend. It's supposed to warm up this weekend. Look at Cheryl Scott's forecast. It's supposed to be a little nice this weekend. Some good stuff. We'll be able to 67 today, 65 tomorrow, 67 Sunday, 74 Monday. Okay, then we get 70 Tuesday, then back into the 60s next week. But nice brisk fall weekend. So let's make sure we get our hoodies, get little light jackets, stuff like that. Enjoy it, get out there, and have a great weekend. 12:15, we have Second City Sports with Lakina and Sid. All right, and tomorrow, 11 a.m., we have the Smoke Fellas. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., the Smoke Fellas. And, man, I'm telling you, you got to check these guys out. They are awesome. Awesome. And, guys, let your loved ones know you love them because tomorrow is promised to no one, all right? We got college football tomorrow. All right, we have NFL football on Sunday. We have the Bears on Monday. Make plans with your people, all right? Go to a bar. Day drink on Saturday, all right? Start day drinking on Saturday for a college football with one of your people. Or go to Sunday. Just don't go downtown. It's a marathon day, marathon weekend, marathon Sunday, all right? But meet up at a bar. Watch NFL games all day Sunday or someone's house. Go to someone's house and go to a bar for Monday Night Football. Make plans with the people that you love. All right? I got to get out of here. I have to go pick up the warden from CrossFit. You guys have a phenomenal day. So for everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, guys, I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and I am out.
Come on, raise the bass.